I like, click, and subscribe, do all that. Is Netflix time. We're doing a personal favorite of mine. This one's called AVA. An elite assassin wrestling with doubts about her work scrambles to protect herself and her estranged family after a hit goes dangerously wrong. So it's an action thriller that came out last year. It's only an hour 36 minutes long. I'm not really sure, but I'm explaining it anyway, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Spoiler alert. So it stars Jessica Chastain, known as Ava. She also starred in another classic called Molly's Game on Netflix. So she's basically in a hiring an assassin for cash, but she's getting rid of scumbags along the way. Because they don't get rid of good people, they get rid of the filth. Vigilante justice and all that. Hold up, is that my nigga Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four? Yeah, Ian Griffith from the 2005 Fantastic Four. Yeah, 2005. Not that 2015 one, the one that trash Michael B. Jordan didn't want to be in. So anyway, she gets in the back seat pretending like she about to get down for the get down. So she ends up giving him the business. The business he don't want no parts of. And there we have it. Fantastic Four was just there for a cameo. So if you watch the opening credits, it tells you her backstory right there. She was an excellent gymnast at school. She was smart in all her classes. Over here, she rents out a hotel or a hotel suite, planning on her next victim. She gets a package from room service, which happens to be a gun, some money, and a passport. So apparently, while she has some free time, she goes to the bar to visit her sister because her sister has some type of music group. Or she plays guitar in a band or something. Now, Ava and her sister haven't seen each other in a while, but they see each other now. Her and her sister got beef for 2 reasons. Well, actually, 3 reasons. 1, she's pissed off because she's the only one taking care of her mom because their mom's sick. 2, nobody in the family, including her sister, knows what she actually does for a living because she is an international assassin. And reason 3, a guy by the name of Michael. Who's Michael? I'll explain that in a minute. So Ava finally visits her mom, who happens to be Gina Davis. Oh snap, remember her from Beetlejuice? She was in Thelma and Louise, all that good shit. Anyway, it's been a long time since she's seen her mom and all that. And then we gotta keep in mind, the only reason she's even in town in the first place because her boss, her higher-ups, told her to take a break. So she probably would have went longer without seeing her family. It's crazy. So after they all gather around for a little bit of family bonding, the next night is back to business for Ava. She ends up killing this ambassador with some type of liquid acupuncture. But somebody got tipped off, so now she gotta fight her way out. She's able to get up out of there. So in about a week, she meets up with her boss. So guess who her boss is? Freaking John Malkovich. Like, really? He was killing it in the Red movies. Got the new show Space Office with Steve Carell on Netflix. So she goes on a jog and she ends up jogging through the hospital for some reason. Probably going to see her mom though. So she ends up meeting up with her sister and Michael, played by Common. Alright, so here's the situation with Michael. Michael was dating Ava for a long time, but she turned down his proposal when he asked her to marry her. She was trying to figure out what her career was going to be, which ended up being an international assassin. And so after she disappeared for about 6 or 7 years, Michael ended up dating her sister. And now Ava's sister's pregnant and about to have a kid. I'm like, oh shit. Talk about keeping it all in the family. Yeah, you waited your time, but you're kind of a sleazeball, dog. On top of all that, she goes to AA and NA meetings. Okay, I'm going to try to explain this one. So when she was younger, her mom was being verbally abused by her ex-husband now. But for some reason, she blamed it on her mom and went into a state of depression. And because of that, she started abusing all types of pills and alcohol, any kind of drugs she could find at that point until she was strung out. Then John Malkovich helped her to get clean, and then she became an international assassin. It's a wild story, and throughout the movie, every now and then when she gets to a hotel, she's conflicted about the bars that they have there. Like throughout the movie, things keep spiraling downwards, and then she has to reconsider herself or not, whether she would take a drink or not, and then she always ends up not doing it. So we got our boy John, he's about to go visit Colin Farrell. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, everybody's in this movie. So basically, he's trying to get rid of the competition because he thinks Ava's skills are slipping because of that one incident at the hotel. But with Ava being John's student, he convinces Colin that Saudi Arabia wasn't her fault and all that stuff. He lets it slide for rap now, but he realizes that he has to get rid of both of them too. But he'll do it in his own time, and his wife is part of it too. Meanwhile, at night, Ava goes for a jog. She runs into this guy who she swears has been following him for a week. Turns out she was right, they get to scrapping, and she stabs him, murking his goofy ass. So she goes to the pier to meet John, and she's convinced that John sent that agent to get her. Which we know who did it. Colin did it. Because she thought she was going to be closed out, if she was somehow to not take on active duty. You know the deal when secret agents know too much and then they try to retire, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. So he reassures her it wasn't him, and everything's all gravy for now. She goes shopping to get dressed up so she can meet up with Michael and her sister. A lot of old wounds get opened up and they feel some type of way. She still loves him even though he's with your sister. He's trying to keep it together. Again, you're having a kid with her sister. So after dinner, she goes back to the hotel to go to sleep. When she gets a knock on the hotel door, it's her sister, and she's looking for Michael. Ava's sister's thinking the worst, thinking about him cheating and all that other stuff, but Ava's like, nah, that's not what he's doing. She knows Michael had a huge gambling problem. She goes down to the spot to find Michael, and exactly where she expected him to be, Michael's down there gambling with Faye Wong. I mean, she ain't no mafia boss, but she got a lot of security. So I stand corrected. Faye Wong was actually the one that found Ava when she was all strung out. She cleaned her up. And Faye Wong considers Michael to be her little quote-unquote rabbit's foot. Her lucky charm when it comes to gambling. And that's how Ava was able to find him so easily. She kicks everybody's ass and then tells Faye Wong she'll pay off his debt. Faye Wong agrees, not like she had much choice. They get into a conversation outside, and I kind of messed the story up a little bit. So the thing was, he proposed to her 8 years ago. She said yes, and then disappeared after that. And 8 years later, she pops back up. Now that is messed up, but you still smashing her sister though, so you know what I mean. So he gives her the news that he asked to marry his sister, and the sister says yes. Now this is a scene in the movie after she leaves there, she goes straight to the bar. She's contemplating everything that's going down. She asks for a whiskey, but she never takes the shot, she just smells it. So to my knowledge, up to this point, she's been sober for about 8 years. Meanwhile, John or Colin are having an argument. You know some shit about to go down. They start the beefing and John gets stabbed. Oh no! John's dead as shit. Meanwhile, Ava's having a one-on-one conversation with her mom. Her mom convinces her Ava had nothing to do with the situation that was going on between her and her dad. Ava's pretty pissed off because she's pretty much lived her whole life after realizing that. Her emotions got the best of her, but that wasn't made her the person she was today. It's crazy. Meanwhile, oh shit, John, he's still alive. But barely though. He tied him up with a weight and chain and kicked him down in the bottom of the ocean. Done deal, that's the end of him. And that's the end of John for real this time. So after that, Colin makes a call to Ava, basically letting her know, I killed your boy, it's time to fight, pick a time and place, let's get it. Before all that happens, she gets some food, goes up the steps to visit her sister. Turns out it's only just Michael there at the time. Then she starts kissing Michael, like, oh shit. Okay, I messed up a little bit in the story, it's been a while since I've seen it. Now, Ava already knows that Michael already asked Judy to marry her, but right when they were about to get it on, this is when Michael tells her that Judy's pregnant. So that's when she found out her sister was having a baby by Michael. So after that, she just leaves. So look at that face. What do you think is going through her head right now? Her boss is dead. The competition wants to kill her. The only man she ever loved is dating her sister, who are about to get engaged and have a kid. So at this point, I expect her to just do some assassin shit. So yeah, she goes back to Faye Wong's club and starts beating the shit out of people. Like straight murking niggas. Literally everybody. Faye Wong's just chilling and she heard all this damn commotion. She almost killed Faye Wong but then paid up her money square and everything, and she tells her to stay away from her family, period. She goes back to her hotel with a fridge with endless amounts of drinks in there, and she actually gets to the breaking point and breaks her sobriety. And she gets loaded after that off everything. She's at the point where she's considering killing herself. It's some heavy duty shit, man. Then Colin Farrell busts through the door ready to deliver the business, and then the final confrontation happens. The beef is back and forth. They're both left in a bloody heap. He leaves out for whatever reason. She dips out too, but not without getting her money, her passports, and some guns. While Colin is walking off, unbeknownst to him, he's being followed by Ava. He finds out she's following him, makes a phone call to make sure his kids and wife are safe. He jumps off the bridge onto a dirt pile. She follows him down with ease, banging off. He considers, can you count to 5 before you just end it? She agrees, but she only counts to 1 and shoots him anyway. Done deal, dead. She goes to see her sister and Michael one last time, gives him $50,000. No, $500,000 and an extra $20,000 in an offshore bank account, and tells them to leave the country for about a month or 2. And then she disappears into the darkness again. And that's Ava for you. It's so freaking crazy, man. There's so many elements to her characters, it's maddening. I highly recommend it. Ava on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all the y'all. You know what time it is, Mr. Big, you got this slogan.